What's good, y'all? It's your boy HB with Final Round and Drive Time Boxing. I want to talk about the upcoming fight. I kind of want to make a quick prediction. The last video I made was a little bit long, so if you just looking for a quick prediction or opinion, this is the video right here. So based off of my experience in boxing and my understanding of the sport, I believe Jake Paul is going to win this fight. And I say that because just going objectively, I'm not choosing him because he's representing boxing or I want boxing to win. I'm simply choosing based off of my knowledge and what I know about the sport. Jake Paul's gonna win this fight because he has technique and he has some skills, okay? I'm not gonna argue what level he's at with that. But the kid is a boxer. He does have some skills when it comes to the sport. Ben Askren, when I watching him training in boxing, I don't see any sort of skills. I don't see any sort of skill set he's going to bring in the sport of boxing to beat Jake Paul. I don't see a jab. I don't see proper punching technique. I don't see power. I don't see footwork, okay? I don't see defense. I don't see head movement. I don't see anything that he's going to propose that's going to stop Jake Paul from hitting him at will or possibly even knocking him out. I don't. And that's another thing. Ben Askren's not even a power puncher. You know, he doesn't even throw. He's not even a fucking hard puncher. And let me correct that, because Ben Askren, look, I don't believe in this whole thing punching hard or not, because most combat athletes have the ability to punch hard. The point I'm trying to make is Ben Askren is not even bringing like an attribute to the table in terms of his punching power. Like, the only thing he has is his experience with being in big fights, and that's it. I can't even give him cardio, because boxing is a completely different conditioning than mixed martial arts. It's close, man. It's in the same family, but it's a completely different type of conditioning. And people are sitting here saying that Jake Paul might get tired, but I actually think there could be a chance that Ben Askren could get tired, because he's not conditioned for boxing. Jake Paul has been conditioning himself for 3 years. And it's not like he's just hitting the bag in the mitts looking pretty, and looking sharp. Dude, he's going and sparring, and he's showing these abilities. He's translating it to sparring. He's translated against, crappy opponents, but nonetheless, he's translated it to opponents in the boxing ring. What I'm simply trying to fucking say is that Jake Paul is showing me overall that he is a skilled boxer, or technical. Somebody who can think on his feet, somebody who's developing the techniques, somebody who's a student of the game, somebody who's properly working and conditioning themselves and getting the sparring and the work they need in. And Ben Askren's not showing me anything. And I'm not trying to be condescending. I like Ben Askren, and I would not mind if he wins this fight. And I'm glad he's getting paid. I don't care if he did this purely for the money. Like, I like the guy, man, but I want him, and I kind of want him to win, but I just don't see what he's bringing to the table, and what people constantly underestimate about boxing. It's not about just physical toughness and aggression and who can throw the hardest punch, man, or who has the best chin. It's a skill. You need to compete at it. You need to be skilled. You need to be technical. Because one of the things you learn in this sport, like, if you're not bringing some sort of skill and technique, you're a sitting duck. You're a punching bag in there. And I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how good your chin is. You can only take so many hits to the fucking head or the body. And even if you are that tough to take them, that don't mean the ref isn't going to stop the fight. So I think Ben Askren is underestimating what boxing is and the art of boxing, the science of it. I think he's underestimating Jake Paul. I don't think he's taking him very seriously. And I don't think he's taking him very seriously because he doesn't understand the sport of boxing and he doesn't understand what he's watching. And what I'm watching is a young gun who's hungry, who has all the resources to train the way he wants to and get the experience he wants to, and who has some decent boxing skills. I don't think Ben Askren sees that. I don't think he can even comprehend it because he doesn't understand boxing. And I think he's going to be heavily surprised when he's getting fucked up by a YouTuber. But call him a YouTuber all you want. This kid is clearly trying to box and be a student of the game. And I think we're going to see once again the power of boxing and what the sweet science is. We saw it with McGregor and Mayweather. You know, people say, oh, McGregor's tougher. You know, McGregor, he's a power puncher. He's gonna knock him out in one punch. And what happened? He got carried through the fight. The only reason it was even remotely entertaining to the casual fan is because Mayweather carried him. So I got my money on Jake Paul. I would not be shocked if Ben Askren finds a way to win this fight, but I think it's going to have to be in an ugly manner, and it shouldn't be considering he's a professional combat fighter or a combat athlete. You know, he's going to have to... I think this is actually going to be a fight for him. That's the funny part. I think as much as he's taking this as a joke, or he looks at Jake Paul as a joke, I don't think he understands that in order for him to win the fight, he's going to have to take it very seriously. And he's going to have to almost be in a fucking fight. And it shouldn't have to be that way for a guy of his stature and the experience he has. But yeah, man, I got Jake Paul. Wouldn't be shocked if Ben did win, find a way to win because of his experience in combat sports. But I got my money on Jake Paul. I just think what people don't understand is if you don't have some sort of ability, some sort of skill set, some sort of technique and fundamentals in there, you're just a punching bag. And that's it, man. So I'll get at y'all later. Let me hear your opinions. I'm excited for the fight. Can't wait to watch it.